Hoi hoi! It's louisity again, and pardon the set of my shelves a little bit messy right now because I pulled out some books because we are going to talk about the great books that I read in 2024. Hurrah! So, as much as I had disappointing and dreadful reads in 2024, well, it's time for more positivity, and let's talk about the great books that I read. I had great books read in 2024. Amazing, right? Yes, astonishing, y'all. And I have reading vlogs of these books, so I'm not gonna be elaborative. Well, we'll see throughout this video if I'll be elaborative or not, but I have reading vlogs of all of these books, so you can check out those vlogs for you to know what I thought about them in thorough, or basically my journey throughout the reading experiences of these books. So yeah, so without further ado, let us begin. First off is we have Babel by R.F. Kuang. Now my rating of this one is 4.5 out of 5, and the Goodreads average rating is 4.17. Now please note that you have to be aware that this is more of a historical fantasy. And then I love the incorporation or the blend of linguistics in this book, and the characterizations and the overall narrative will make you contemplate about certain things. Particularly for me personally, I thought about westernization, globalization, and civilization. Those are things that maybe contemplate, and maybe for you folks, maybe that is what you're going to be contemplating. It unleashed emotions out of me, just kind of like what I said about it's going to make you contemplate the overall narrative, the characterizations, basically. Yes, that's why because of them I was able to contemplate, and it unleashed emotions. It made me think about certain things, and that's what I like about the book. They should make my mind and my soul alive. And Letitia, the epitome of a traitor. Next is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwame Mabalia. Now my rating is 4.5 out of 5, and the Goodreads average rating is 4.18. Now the action in this novel was intense, and the world is enchanting in its own way. It is not like the conventional enchanting or whimsical kind of world, but there was something about it that was still magical, and it was depicted in an interesting and a beautiful manner. And it will make you contemplate about greed, because overall basically towards the story, and you get to see what a character, or what basically someone's gonna do, or do what it takes to get what they want in a way. And it is also about empowering oneself. Tristan is trying to discover who he really is. His family, especially his grandfather, wants him to be a boxer, and the whole thing about weakling thing. It deals with that. And Tristan is more of into the creative side, at least as how we get to know him throughout the story. And it's about being proud of yourself. So I'm definitely eager about what's going to happen in the succeeding books. Definitely looking forward to the next books in the series. Next book is Wild Song by Candy Gurley. Now my rating for this one is 4.5 out of 5, and the Goodreads average rating is 4.23. Now I'd have to say that the characterizations are on point. This is kind of a middle grade historical fantasy novel, and it will make you think about, is the grass greener on the other side? And it does tackle and it will make you think about westernization and globalization, which interestingly, in 2024 I've read a handful of books that deal with this topic, and so far it makes me enjoy, the books that I read. Up next is Finally Seen by Kelly Yang. Now, this is not going to be the only Kelly Yang book in this list because she is a newfound favorite author of mine. Now, my rating is 4.5 out of 5 for this one, and the Goodreads average rating is 4.45. Now, another topic that I've been enjoying recently, basically with the books that I read in 2024, is being proud of oneself, and basically the books that I've been reading about it, was able to execute them, in the proper manner that's going to make me love them. And the mini entrepreneur vibes are on point because the whole bath bombs kind of thing, it was just really fun to watch them as a family having this small business that they would like to grow. It tackles the power of media and what it means to be seen because it deals with book bans here as well. So it's gonna make you contemplate about that, and it does tackle about what it means to be seen, and also it deals with trust, especially those scenes with Pete, about the green card or the work permit. I think it's green card though that they were applying, and more importantly, with the title itself being Finally Seen, it tackles about belonging. Up next is from one of the greatest book series of all time in my view, and now one of the book series that I love, which is the Pandava series or the Shah series. And the next book is Shah and the Nectar of Immortality by Roshni Chokshi. Now, my rating for this one is 4.75 out of 5, and the Goodreads average rating is 4.50. Now, this book is a brilliant way to conclude the Shah / Pandava series. Now, Roshni Chokshi still, wrote a book that I read in 2024 that was still amazing, so that's good news. And then the situations on the side were entertaining, the characterization that added fuel to the narrative or the plot, that was the amazing thing about this book. And as mentioned again, earlier in this video, you can find, the links of my reading vlogs for the books that will be added in this list to know more about, my reading journey and perhaps why I enjoy them or why are they great books that I read in 2024. So we are just getting higher and higher with the ratings of these books. Basically, we are now about to head into my perfect 5-star read. So yes, finally some intense and tremendous positivity. Now, the next book in this list is Love Radio by Ebony Liddell. My rating, as mentioned, 5 out of 5, and the Goodreads average rating is 4.22. I have to say that this is one of the best YA novels, specifically YA contemporary or YA contemporary romance novels that I read, if not at all time, at least in the recent years of reading. But I have to say all time, The characterizations made you want to root for them, and root for the narrative. It's worth to invest yourself because they were depicted in a way that's going to be captivating. It's going to make you think about it. And, in my case, I was rooting for Prince and Danielle. I was rooting for them. And it also tackles about priorities and boundaries because of the backstories or the circumstances that our characters were involved in. So it was, done in a way that it makes sense to the overall narrative as opposed to just describing them as different kind of characters. And yes, definitely the black YA romance that I like and enjoy. If you're looking for that, I definitely recommend this one. Highly recommend it. I was just so amazed about this one. Up next is Moymoy, Lulumboy, Mga Dulot ng Digmaan by Segundo Matias Jr. My rating is 5 out of 5, and the Goodreads average rating is 4.35. Now, I'd have to say that among the books in the series, because this is the fourth one, this is more intense, which is a good thing. You know, you would like your books in the series to, you know, be more intense, be more developed, and the feuds are surprising. And this book, and if you enjoy books that will make you contemplate about power and greed, then I definitely recommend you to read this one. I'm just eager to read like the fifth book now. Hopefully I get to read it soon. Second to the last in this list, but definitely these books are not the least. Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. Now, my rating for this one is 5 out of 5, and the Goodreads average rating is 4.37. Now, personally, together with Love Radio, these two are like personally the greatest books that I read in 2024. Like among the 5 stars, you know, the 5-star reads, you know, they're like the best of the best, or the greatest of the greatest. But I love, and I truly love all of these books that are in this list, and of course the 5 out of 5 ones are definitely books that I found like, you know, really amazing on their own ways. But like, if you're to ask me, I'm gushing about this and Love Radio by Ebony Liddell. Now, the hype, like, I was a bit nervous about, you know, reading this one because I know this is quite a hype middle grade fantasy book, and this is one of the few books, and that's why, you know, it's really amazing that I gave this book 5 out of 5, because typically you folks know me if you've been watching my videos, and kind of like in my disappointing books read video, you notice that some of the books there are like hype ones, and it's not just simply about like the expectations. I'm just, you know, probably thinking about my reading tastes as well, that maybe my reading tastes are not typically of the majority. But this one, like a lot of folks, you know, a lot of the videos that I watch really like, you know, gush about this, rave about this, that are enamored about this, that are really hyping this up. Like I said, folks are raving it, and you know that a lot of folks out there, you know, found this book lovely, and the hype is legitimate. You know, the world is enchanting, whimsical. It's, you know, when I was reading this book, it was as if I was like staring at the world and just in awe, and I was gazing at the world, and I was like, wow, I wish I could be here, you know. The characterization, the surprises that we get to encounter in this novel, and, you know, it's just on point. Family love, like it does tackle about family love, because that's the main premise of the novel. You know, it reminded me of Dragon Pearl by Yoon Lee, that both of our main characters are searching for their brothers and wanting to know what happened to their brothers. So, and this is just so amazingly done. Good job, B.B. Alston. Also to add for, you know, the previous book, Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. You know what? One of the twists reminded me of some Letitia from Babel vibes. Anyway, to our final book, so a total of 9 books for the Great Books Read in 2024, and that would be Front Desk by Kelly Yang. Now, my rating for this one is 5 out of 5, and the Goodreads average rating is 4.38. Now, this is the first book that I read in 2024, and I'm glad that it is a 5 out of 5. What a great way to start a year. You know, very impacting. We are starting strong. We started strong in 2024. Now, did we start strong in 2025? We'll find out in the great books read in 2025. Right now, a little bit of a spoilery there. There will be a video for that one. So, there were hard topics that were discussed in this book, but they were discussed in a light manner that is suitable for like middle grade, or preteen readers, of course, for older readers as well. The characterization that has impacted the narrative, and it is heartwarming at its own way. That is why I decided to pick Finally Seen by Kelly Yang, and I'm definitely eager to read the succeeding books in the Front Desk series. So that's why I told you Kelly Yang is one of my new to me favorite authors, and I'd love to read more from her, and there are 2 books from her in this list. So those are the great books that I read in 2024. Now I love the fact that each of them has their own wisdom, and yeah, feel free to comment down below, what are your thoughts about these books if you've read them, or if you are eager or anticipating to read them. And if you've made it this far, leave a notebook with a decorative cover emoji. So I hope you folks liked this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, click that subscribe button and hit that little bell icon somewhere down there to keep yourselves posted about my videos. And I'll also put down links and handles on my social media accounts, so feel free to check me out and follow me there and support me there as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. Always be thankful and unleash the reader in you. Bye, y'all.
Hey.